My father left his house to my stepbrother and I only got a brass key, but my wife asked what the key opens and now they're panicking. The apartment was quiet, except for the ticking of the clock. She stood by the window, arms folded, refusing to look at me. Her voice was low, sharp enough to cut through the silence. Anthony, you were never enough. Not for me, not for anyone. The words didn't hit like a slap. They sank, slow, heavy, like drowning. The glass slipped from my hand. I didn't even feel it leave, just the sound when it shattered across the floor. Then her phone buzzed, one glance. One name glowing on the screen. David, my best friend. And suddenly, the last 5 years of my life rewrote themselves in a single heartbeat. My name is Anthony Vale. I'm 27 years old. People say I look calm, collected, the kind of man who keeps things steady, but I've been living cracked for years. I thought love had saved me once. Turns out, it was only a bandage on a wound that never closed. And if you think this is the first time someone's betrayed me, you're wrong. There were 3 of us. The woman I promised the rest of my life to. The friend who knew every story, every scar, and me. The one foolish enough to believe trust meant safety. Looking back, the signs were everywhere. The way he stopped meeting my eyes when I asked where he'd been. The way she kept her phone face down on the table. The awkward silences that filled the spaces between us. It wasn't hidden. It was written across the walls of my life. But love makes you blind. Or maybe it makes you choose blindness. That night, I walked down the hallway and froze outside her door. The handle was locked. I heard laughter. His voice. Her laugh. Different than the one she gave me. It was softer, almost sacred, like a secret I was never meant to hear. I stood there, staring at the door, my hand trembling but never turning the knob, because the truth, a part of me had always known. When I finally opened the door, they both froze, her hand still tangled in his face pale like he'd seen a ghost. But I didn't shout. I didn't throw anything. I spoke quietly, almost to myself. If love means losing who I am, I'd rather lose you. And then I turned and walked away. No bags, no plan. Just me and the sound of my own heartbeat echoing in my ears. For the first time in years, it didn't sound desperate. It sounded alive. When I was 14, my father told me love was sacrifice. But I watched him sacrifice until there was nothing left of him. He gave and gave, until finally, he walked out and never came back. I remember sitting on the porch waiting for him, long after he was gone. That hollow ache in my chest. It returned the night I heard their laughter. It wasn't just betrayal. It was history repeating itself. 2 days later, I ran into Jonah, an old roommate from college. He stared at me like he already knew, then finally said, "They've been lying to you for months, Anthony. You deserve better than both of them." The words didn't heal me, but they lit something inside me. For the first time since everything fell apart, I believed it. I whispered to myself, "You thought I'd collapse. You were wrong." The circle crumbled. She begged for forgiveness, her tears falling too late. He vanished, too ashamed to face me. And Jonah stayed, reminding me I wasn't as alone as I thought. I looked at her one last time and said, "You don't get to break me twice." That same night, the phone rang. A job offer in another city. Not just work, a clean slate. At the bus station, I stood with one bag in my hand. The air smelled like diesel and rain. I caught my reflection in the window of the bus. For the first time, I didn't see a man defined by who loved him or who left him. I saw a man choosing himself. I whispered, almost smiling. For the first time, I choose me. And when the bus pulled away, I didn't look back. The road ahead stretched into the unknown. Her voice, his betrayal, my father's absence. They were chapters, but they weren't the whole book. I leaned my head against the window, feeling the rhythm of the road. For the first time in years, the silence didn't hurt. It healed. They broke my heart. But they also gave me back my freedom. Fade to silence. If someone you loved betrayed you, would you forgive or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe for more stories like this. Like if you connected with Anthony's strength, comment your heartbreak story. I'll be reading.